I'm not sure if you can hear, not sure what to do about it, honestly. Fucking, holy shit. Alright, here's the rundown. I was writing a script for a video about failed conventions, and while researching that, I came across this freaky, weird-ass, almost convention called Tentmoot. Now, after reading about Tentmoot, I decided, screw that other convention video idea. I'm gonna make this convention video idea. This shit has no coverage on YouTube, and I honestly think it's just way more interesting to dedicate a whole video to. I'm here to tell you about the story of Tentmoot, and a little bit about its creator, Andy Blake. Okay, so this name, Andy Blake, there is so much to this person that I'm not gonna get around to covering in this video. There's an entire book dedicated to just a fraction of the shit this person was involved in. So instead of going over all that, I want to talk about hobbits, swords, and wizards. But not really. I want to talk about the people that love hobbits, swords, and wizards. Lord of the Rings fans are dedicated, man. I've known people that marathon all these movies every year. And look, I don't want to shit on things that people like, but both trilogies put together take 17 hours to watch. I like One Piece, alright? I've seen every episode of Naruto, and I know what it's like to sit in a pool of your own sweat, playing Dark Souls PvP until you pass out.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, fuck you.
17 hours isn't a marathon, bro. That's just depression. But back to the point. Lord of the Rings fans really like Lord of the Rings. Now, let's say you're an opportunist sociopath like Andy Blake, and there's an entire group of sweet, innocent, unshowered fandom members that call themselves fandom members. Just there and ready to be manipulated. Well, what else but to make a convention? That convention was Tentmoot. Well, it was meant to be Tentmoot. Tentmoot never actually happened. It was an event organized by Jordan Wood, put forth as a Lord of the Rings convention for the die-hard fans. You know, the type that'll interject with obscure facts about the production of the movies. Like that Vin Diesel auditioned to be Aragorn.
And to that I hold. I would rather share one lifetime with you than face all the ages of this world alone.
I'm giving you big hugs in a second. I'm doing it live. I'll give big hugs in a second.
Ah, yes. Jordan had coined it the largest Lord of the Rings convention of all time. In Oregon. With appearances from celebrity guests, Sean Astin and Manu Bennett. Holy crap! This is a big deal, alright? How could this fail? The main sponsor of this event was Bit of Earth, a Lord of the Rings fan group helmed by Victoria Bitter. Well, Victoria Bitter decides she needs money. You know, cheddar, lettuce. What's another one? Is there another food one? Bread. So she put forth Bit of Earth as a non-profit charity organization, so they would get discounts and avoid tax. And now I know what you're thinking.
That's fucking illegal.
But it continues. After somehow roping in actual celebrity guests, Jordan Wood needs to actually transport them to Oregon. Well, Jordan Wood claimed that Air New Zealand generously offered free flights for the celebrities to fly to this con. This con. Have you ever heard of anything faker in your life, by the way? In what universe does an airline company give anything for free? If companies are the demons that run hell, which they are, airline companies are like the demons wearing the square masks. Alright, tangent. Whatever, so we have flights now. We just need to find an actual venue to book. Uh-oh. In an alarming twist, it turns out only 21 people have pre-ordered tickets to this convention. Suddenly, completely unrelated, of course, Jordan Wood quickly comes to tell the other organizers that Air New Zealand has mysteriously pulled out of their generous offer for free flights. Shit, these flights need to be paid. So an actually generous member of the Lord of the Rings fan group, Turamel, put forward thousands of dollars to get plane tickets for these celebrities. Now we just move on with the convention, right? Well, this is when Turamel finds out there never was any generous offer with Air New Zealand. Scared by this very obvious, blatant red flag, Turamel quickly goes to try to cancel the plane tickets. He can't cancel all of them, though. It was simply too late. 3 of the celebrity guests got on their planes and landed safely in Oregon, where they were promised accommodation. Alright, what's the situation now? We've got 3 stranded celebrities pissed off at Turamel for buying them plane tickets to stay in an Oregon airport. Then we have Turamel, who's down a few $1,000s, and pissed off at Jordan Wood, unbeknownst to any of the 21 excited Lord of the Rings fans. Oh boy, I loved it when Aragorn used his sword. Hey, speaking of Jordan Wood, where is that guy? Oh shit! It's a dark day. Jordan Wood attempted to unalive himself. I guess it was all too much for him. He could have been... Is this joke better without the mask? He could have been so much more. Psych. He didn't attempt shit. Well, he attempted a scam that 21 people bought into. So now he's hospitalized, or so some person claims. Well, Turamel wasn't having it, so he reports Jordan Wood to the authorities.
Number 15, rats.
And you wouldn't believe it. Turns out, Jordan Wood isn't even his real name. And all the documents signed up until now, even the papers to go charity, have been made under that fake name.
You're a fake and a fraud.
Do you just have no forethought, dude? Like, I thought sociopaths were supposed to be smart. Hey, any psychologists watching, let me know if... There's no smart people watching this. Well, now the Oregon Department of Justice is investigating identity theft and charity fraud. And all this shit comes out in the Lord of the Rings community. Turns out, this guy's name is Amy Player. He sent his dad a suicide note and then made his way to Oregon, where he started operating scams all across the community. He was also Victoria Bitter and Jordan Wood at the same time. And if you remember that name from before, Andrew Blake, that's what he legally changed his name to once all this Tentmoot shit happened. Oh, also very important to mention, the only punishment he received for all this, charity fraud was having to sign papers stating that he would never again open up a charity in the state of Oregon. I need time to move to Utah, I guess, because wait, no, I should say this joke when it'll make more sense later. I guess little old Jordan overestimated his abilities. He might be able to start a cult, but he could... What's that? I haven't mentioned the cult yet? Yep, he led a cult called the Bag Enders, under the claim that he could spiritually embody not the characters, but the actors from the Lord of the Rings franchise. The Lord of the Ring from the Lord of the Rings franchise. Like a fucking consensual exorcism.
Hello?
By the way, I'm not kidding. This was an actual cult. Back to the spiritually embodying the actors bit, though. What? Well, why did he even need to fly over the celebrities in the first place, then? If he can just become them. Honestly, if it was just a panel of him with those little name tags, you know those name tags? I don't think anyone would have noticed. So here's a fact. He wrote a journal as Elijah Wood. Actually, there's some lore here. He told his followers that he died. He then resurrected like a phoenix from the ashes, becoming a duplicate soul of Elijah Wood. That's when he started to use the name Jordan Wood. I've got more for you, though. He managed to convince his followers that the Lord of the Rings books were not fiction, but the real lost history of the world, the real Earth world, that Tolkien discovered when he came across the Red Book of Westmarch, which, in universe, was written by hobbits. And by in universe, I mean our universe, where the Red Book of Westmarch was written by hobbits. Or so believed the people that were in Andrew Blake's cult, which when leaving Andrew Blake's cult, proceeded to say, "Yep, that was definitely a cult." This dude is like Frank Abagnale, but instead of pretending to be a pilot and getting bitches, he pretended to be Elijah Wood and got 21 people to buy a convention ticket. Time to move to Utah, I guess, because they sure love cult leaders down there. I did it. I've already talked about what I want to talk about, but if you want to stick around, I've got even more bonus lore. 1 year after the Tentmoot failure, he told his followers that he died again, but this time he resurrected as Orlando Bloom. I guess he was sick of getting no bitches as Elijah Wood. He expanded his cult, and at one point was even able to channel the spirits of over 160 actors. Why would you ever hire, you know those movies where they hire like 5 A-list movie stars? You just need to put this guy in all the roles. Top billed. He could be Johnny Depp and Jared Leto. AAA movie stars? Oh, by the way, this ability to possess actor spirits, he called it the mind hole. I wrote the script like a week ago. Did I make that up? No, he really called it the mind hole. I don't even know how to make a joke out of that. Oh, this is sad. The people that wanted to follow him had to live with him, and he was apparently very abusive. In fact, he even forced them to cut off all contact with their families. Very similar to Onision, except Onision groomed underage girls. Oh, he did that with an underage girl too? Oh, I've covered the most egregious things generally. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's end it on a positive. Here's one. At one point, Andrew Blake's group sponsored a charity reading garden called Project Eleanor, which actor Sean Astin participated in. You know, that's actually super wholesome. But it's worth mentioning that no donation ended up being made due to mismanagement of funds. Alright, I'm off this shit. I don't even know why I talked about this guy, honestly. It's just a bit depressing. Thanks for watching, though. Every time I make one of these videos, I spend like a week researching what to talk about, deciding what to make a video on, because honestly, most of my ideas are just so trash. So please, please leave a comment suggesting future things to talk about. Alright, later. I feel like I could start a cult. Like, how hard could it be? Just tell some dude you found a stone.